The Culture Currency show is for those who recognize that nuance is key. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but we tackle the issues that affect the majority when speaking of Black America. Our discussions are informed by the host's personal experiences and insights, and we're always open to evolving our perspective as we gain new understanding.
This is the story of two friends from the Bronx who decided to get real, be direct, and impact Black culture. Welcome to Culture Currency, where culture is the value.
Yeah.
Please.
How you doing today?
Good. For the first time since I started this organization, I'm gonna have a part-time schedule for the whole summer.
Ah, you lit.
Yeah.
You lit. A lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly. So I felt,
And
so
I could just that's work-life balance.
Yeah, work-life balance. So I'm really happy about that.
I like that for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right?
For you. Oh my God, I just don't know what to do. I'm gonna spend a lot of time with my mom, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's love.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have this conversation. So
it's a good
today
one.
we're gonna discuss what?
Today we're discussing like ethics and the way it impacts our decision making.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
Where culture
is the value.
All right. Cool.
All right, we're going to start with the definition per usual.
As always, yeah.
So ethics is the set of moral principles that guide our behaviors. All right? And the reason I wanted to discuss this is because although we have a lot of discussions where we talk about codes of ethics, principles, morale, all of the things, the behaviors that are attached are important to be able to identify when you're in an unhealthy relationship, when you have people around you that probably shouldn't be. The behaviors, if you're able to identify the behaviors early, you're able to keep yourself safe.
Exactly. And what I like about the principles, because you run into using principles, values, and morals interchangeably.
Yeah.
But they have slightly
together,
slightly different. And what I like about principles and what you were just saying, the ethics, it really changes the people that you're around because it's on a larger scale. What are the ethics of this community? What are the ethics of this group? What are the ethics of this industry? You know what I mean? All of the things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then the morals, like your personal guide and all of that. So, yeah.
Yep. I started mine off with integrity.
Yes, my favorite.
I'm also going to define each of the principles just so that everyone's on the same page as we go through the talking.
Perfect.
So integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
For example, lacking integrity, not remaining consistent in values according to convenience.
Right.
Something we spoke about recently.
Yep.
When it comes down to this boycott or blackout, it's this is causing me a little discomfort, so I'm not going with it, even though I say that I'm for my people.
Right, absolutely. And then I was looking, doing research, you run into all kinds of things. And I saw that there are different types of ethical principles. So, when I'm doing stuff, I'm thinking about you, I'm thinking about me, our personalities and stuff like that. And there's one I cannot remember, but it's two I have here. It's called utilitarian principles, right? As it goes to ethics. So you make the decision based on the consequence to determine your action. So lying might be justifiable. So say if I'm gonna hurt your feelings real bad, if I tell you this truth, then I'm not gonna say it.
I needed that in my dictionary. Because when I'm hearing you define it, it actually describes a lot of people.
It does.
It describes a lot of people. You know how many people be like, if I thought I was gonna get caught, I wouldn't have did it.
Exactly. Or that song, I'd rather lie to you. That song is a song.
A lot of people say that when it comes down to telling the truth.
Yo.
It's like, I'm not going to tell the truth because
it's going to hurt you,
baby. It's going to hurt you. I find that to be so disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful.
I find that to be so disrespectful.
You're taking away a person's choice by
Not just that, but
it's deceitful.
How do you view me?
Right.
That I can't take information.
Right.
Without
And so, and what's a hurt feeling? Who cares?
That's my point.
Yeah,
You
it's
think
another
I'm weak.
feeling. You think I'm weak. Yeah.
That's how I see it. When people don't want to have hard conversations with me, immediately my mind goes to weakness.
You think I'm weak. Right.
Because why you think I can't take a conversation?
Right. Or why you think I can't take a hurt feeling or a disappointment?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. And then they got another one called virtue ethics that's in line with us. But so good characteristics such as integrity and honesty. That's what made me think about this card. And your values determine your course of action. Is your values. It's not about like you said, about convenience or I don't want to go to jail or don't want to hurt this person's feelings, so I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. So it's all kinds of different ethics, and then that's why you got to see what's the ethics of your group, and that's how you know if it's your group or not. Damn, that's how you know if you're your group or not.
Deep.
Right?
Those were good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was real good.
I was excited to find out. There's one more too. And
Go ahead. You don't know the other one?
Nah.
How about y'all try to find it for us?
Yeah, there's a
share
third.
it with us.
Yeah, it's 3 ethical principles. We named 2: utilitarian and virtue ethics. What's the third one? Let us know in the comments.
So, I was in a relationship where, obviously I'm very vocal about my belief systems, and this person, we would have constant conversations, especially early on. In order to get to where we were, it was like we was getting to know each other. So we was having those deep discussions. And this person was telling me all these things that they were against. They didn't believe in. They knew was wrong. And I never forget sitting down watching television with this person. And as we're watching television, things are happening that go against everything this person said that they were against. And she's siding with the wrong person. And I'm sitting there and it's just, I'm like, oh my God.
And it came, so you really got to see for real.
Yeah.
Not just a mouth word.
It was funny to me because you know how people have arguments and people be like, oh, it was a small argument. And it's like, no, that's not small.
No.
Anything that's attached to your principles and morals,
it's not small.
And your values,
it's not small.
Is huge.
Yes,
because it paints your whole world.
It does. And then and the decisions that we make, it really makes a difference in the world. Whether it's your small world or larger world, it makes a difference in the world.
On my way here, there was a guy smoking, and I always go through my. I hate smokers,
especially in places like a store.
I don't like inconsiderate people, and smokers, for the most part, show a lot of inconsiderate behavior. We don't put enough thought into how one person's behavior changes the entire outcome of the whole.
It does,
like of the whole.
Yeah.
The fact that you can be inconsiderate in this space.
Right.
Like, because I was standing there and I'm like, yo, he don't know who has asthma.
Yep.
There's elders over here. There's children over here.
Yep.
There's a lot of people with illnesses.
Exactly.
And you're not even taking that into consideration. Somebody could go and have a whole asthma attack and die on the strength of you just caring about wanting to smoke this cigarette.
Yep.
It's wild to me.
Somebody smoked a cigarette on an actual bus ride on the bus. Somebody lit a cigarette.
That don't surprise me because the crackheads be doing, they be cracking it up on the train.
Cracking it up on the train is insane. But they crackheads
like
though.
this.
Yeah, so they
But they'll look at you in your eyes like
and like say something. Yeah.
Like, yo, you just gonna make me smoke crack?
Yeah, you gonna make me smoke crack. It's crazy. And I went in the store the other day and I walked in the store and I just looked to see if that the guy was smoking cigarettes. It was such a strong smell of cigarettes. I'm like, yo, I had to hold my breath like, let me get out of here. But it's like, it's really important. Like, smokers, please be considerate. That's the decision you made. Don't make it for everybody else.
There you go.
Word. And this is from a cancer survivor, so it really means a lot. I don't want to be inhaling no cigarettes.
That's a fact.
Word. All right. I remember back in the day when, well, I'm sure people still doing it, but it was a big thing where all of the banks was getting scammed because people were busting checks a lot. All right. So being in, a circle that I was in at the time, I had the opportunity to bust a check, right? Every time I tried to do something real bad, it just never worked out for me, thank God, right? Kept me on a straight and narrow. And I saw the check, and it was a $25,000 check, but it was for a business. And I said, nah, I can't do this. I can't do it. I'm just starting my organization, and what's going to happen is I'm going to really need $25,000, and I'm going to be hurt because of what I'm doing today. And I didn't do it. I said, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So so when I think of it, it's like, what's important to you? what's important to you. The fact that I even consider it is an issue, but the fact that I couldn't go through with it.
That was a
because I put
utilitarian
myself
moment.
based on the consequence. No, I don't want to say that. I want to
was.
say
It was a-
no. It was a virtue ethics
How?
because of my integrity.
But that's not how you just explained it.
I explained
That's
it.
why I say
if it happened to
utilitarian.
me, right?
You said
yeah, you're
you
right.
s-
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're
You
right.
said if I'm just starting my bit, so you was thinking about what it could get in the way of.
Like what it could get in the
So
way
that-
of. Like
so
I was worried about karma.
now thinking about that, do we think that people
In and
go
out?
in and out?
I don't think it's an in and out. I think people grow. Because there's certain things that I may have considered at one time in my life that I would never consider now. You can't
There
even
you
talk
go.
to me about that.
That's
You know
what
what I mean?
I don't
Yeah.
think so either. But
Yeah.
I wanted to see
Nah,
where you was
I
going
don't
to
think.
go with
I
that,
just
'cause-
think you mature and grow out of certain things where it's not even part of your world no more. But just
Absolutely.
kind of in and out. Nah, you are who you are. You that means you all in it. You doing all of it. That's what it is. Ain't in and out.
I agree.
Yeah.
The growth, because there's
Yeah.
so many things that I did
Right.
when I was younger that I would
Yeah.
absolutely
Like I'm not doing it no more.
frown upon now.
It give me crazy anxiety even trying. I feel uncomfortable. I can't. You know what I mean? Certain things I can't do that I used to do.
Yeah, it's not in me.
Nah, it's not in me no more. This had came up online, so I was like, oh, let me ask you this. Say you on a train, right? Mm-hmm. You were like maybe the conductor or something, and you gotta.
I'm the conductor?
Yeah, you the conductor, and you gotta take the train to another track because if you don't, it could kill 5 people.
Okay.
You get it onto the other track, and it's either you kill the 5 people or you kill 1.
I'm changing tracks.
Right. But now, what if it's somebody you know? What if it's your mother? What if it's your cousin? What if it's your da-da-da?
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
And it's like, we got to, right.
That's a hard one. That's a rock in a hard place.
But it also goes by your values, because like now I'm looking at what I was learning. Like, so growing up, I learned word is bond, no snitching, the real definition of it, and family first. So guess what? Them 5 gonna have to go. Because my thing is family first. But however, it is gonna make a difference in 5 families. Or whoever, I don't know how many. I don't know who those people are.
That's a heavy one that I hope I would never have to.
Right?
Have to decide upon.
So another thing about ethics is that you're continuously having, or morals, it doesn't mean that you're always gonna make the right decision.
Yeah, because I have very heavy opinions on a lot of things. And for the most part, I'm on the right side of everything, for the most part. But for those, when I say for the most part, that don't mean 100%. So
Right.
it's certain things that I know are wrong,
Right.
but I'm going to choose the wrong
Right.
because of what it is.
Right.
Right.
Or
So-
the impact it has on whatever.
Yo, we've had conversations about, like today, I don't know whether I would be on the right side of things if someone violated my granddaughter sexually.
Oh no, it's not. I mean, I would feel like you would be on the right side based on our ethics.
It's
not the right side of the law.
Right and wrong is right and wrong, right?
So you're gonna be on the right side.
At the end of the day, right and wrong is right and wrong, whether you're choosing to be wrong in this moment or not, right? Taking a life is very different than going about it another way. So you're still wrong for taking a life, but
It's a right wrong.
it's a wrong that I'm willing to take on.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So it be those things.
So it's not about questioning, is it wrong?
No, I'm black and white with that because
Yeah.
it becomes a slippery slope when you
Right.
start changing things just due to your behavior and
And
your
that's what's
choices.
going on right now, man. Oh my God. Some of the stuff that I can't talk about right now because it's going to open up a can of worms. I want to have it back, behind the scenes with you. But I was talking to Jamal the other day, and we're talking about how, like in society right now, how folks are trying to fit things into boxes that it doesn't go in. You are not this, you are not that, you are something else, right? And then if things are labeled correctly, we will have less biases and all of that kind of stuff. Because the thing is, you're trying to put yourself into the label that you don't belong to, and that's
that's a
the
conversation
problem.
we've
and
had.
that is, what the arguments are and all of that.
That's why a lot of these discussions I choose to have because of that fact.
Yeah.
Because it's very important that the next generation understands that there is a right and wrong.
Right.
That there is a reality and the lack thereof. Right.
Right.
People need to know what's fact and what's fiction. Right. If we don't have that understanding and we don't have that foundation, everything's up in the air.
Right.
And we can't afford for everything to be up in the air.
Right. Absolutely. Right. So you have to know this is
Yeah.
right.
So I'll say I'm wrong in a
Right.
situation,
But
even
you're
if
willing to be wrong
I'm
at
willing
that
to be
time.
wrong in this moment.
I appreciate, you know what, that's good. It's not like, no, you're not wrong because no, I am. But
I'm wrong,
owning
but
it.
I'm owning
and
that.
then I'm going to sit in it.
I'm sitting in that
Right.
because this is where I'm at. This
But don't
is the
say
choice
you're not
I'm making.
wrong when you
But
know you're wrong,
cannot,
regardless of the choice you're
Yeah.
making. If it's a wrong choice, own your wrong choice. Can you live with it or can you not?
There you
Those
go.
that you cannot live with, you should not be making those choices.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
really good. I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah.
So the next one we have is respect. Being respectful is being considerate, right? To be disrespectful involves actions, words, gestures that devalue, dismiss, or violate the boundaries of others.
Yes.
Which is being inconsiderate of others, right? So I was trying to think of a personal scenario, and I couldn't zero in on a personal scenario when it came down to being disrespected. I know I've been disrespected.
Like straight up disrespected?
Yeah, I've been disrespected, but I don't know that I've ever been like just blatant, like
Yeah, that's on, yeah.
just blatant. Like, nah, people kind of hide their hand with
Right,
me.
yeah, try it.
But like the blatant, I can't think of like somebody blatant that falls into this. I've been in situations that was more like a violation that I'm not sure goes into this conversation. Like I remember going to an event many years ago in Harlem, and I'm walking, and this dude just threw Henny on me. And I had to.
But what was it?
I had to beat the brakes off of him. Nah, I was going to an indoor event. I'm just happened to be walking down Harlem, and I walked past like the Starbucks on 25th. Just because I was a gay woman.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Oh, and he thought it was sweet.
And they had to pull me off this nigga.
Nice.
They had to pull me off him. But
was you right or wrong?
For spanking him?
Yeah.
I was all the way right.
Wow.
Because I protected myself. That's assault. It went in my eyes.
It did?
Yeah.
So you went in his eyes?
And his ass. Pause. That was good.
Yeah, but you know what I love about those kind of situations? That when people think something is sweet, they can get away with something, they learn a lesson that is not, and you cannot. And I really hope that those kind of situations help them think twice, especially when it comes to women. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes between men and women, and when men try to violate because they assume that because typically they're physically stronger, that you're gonna get away with this violation. When they don't, I love every moment of all of those situations.
I don't like any situation where somebody feels like they're in a position to bully.
Right, exactly.
I could never say like I was bullied.
Yeah. Bully just crazy.
I don't even like that word.
Yeah, like just pushing me around and you keep doing it and I'm just getting pushed.
And I'm just getting pushed.
I'm just falling. Nah.
Like the fact
but people go through it though, so we're not laughing at it.
The fact that you think you could do that.
Yeah.
The fact, I'm thinking of the person who thinks that they could just do that. That's that's just bugged out to me.
But you know, I want to talk about something though, because being in youth development, and it's something we had to do recently with somebody the person who did the violation, we had to support the young woman that did the violation. But in that, we helped her self-reflect on everything she did based on that.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, look at this paranoia is causing you. Look at the fear you have now because they coming for you. Look at so she really had, and now your people are in trouble because if they can't get you, they trying to get them. You know what I mean? So we were able to support her in her horrible decision of violating someone unjustly.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
How did she recover? I'm telling you, man, that what you just said just reminds me of what I speak about all the time when I speak about how for whatever reason, Source decided that I needed to be able to see all of my carnage. And for me to be able to see every breadcrumb, changed my entire world. Because it was like, yo, how you impacting people like this?
Yeah, right. So she was able to have those moments to see her breadcrumbs.
Nice.
Quickly.
That's dope.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I was like, I can't just be out here acting like this.
That's important. That's important. Because if anybody decent is gonna want to shift their behavior in that type of a situation.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
Before she turned into a little bully, thinking it's cute.
Yep. When I was putting down what disrespect involves, the whole point of me putting those actions down was so that people could pay attention. Like, we deal with people every day, close engagements and not so close engagements, right? But when you have people who devalue, dismiss, violate your boundaries, whether y'all calling each other friends, whether y'all are in spaces that maybe it's a business space, whatever. If those things are happening to you, you need to be able to identify that as disrespect.
Was breaking up with somebody, and she had to come get her stuff. And she pulls up in the U-Haul with the person she was cheating on me with. So I came downstairs. So of course I'm trying to open the door. I'm going crazy now. I lost it. But it's like disrespect has so many different consequences, because once you violate somebody, you can't determine their response to you. The response may be overboard. The response may be deadly. Like, you don't know where you might send a person based on respect. Later, I spoke to her father, and she was like, oh, she just needed help with the no. So tell me now, you and your wife break up, and then she come to the house in the U-Haul with the man she not with, but cheated on you with, in front of you, where you first and where you live. You brought somebody. You brought this person where I live. You doing a lot. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really important.
The pops was like trying to.
That shows a lack of respect for me as well. That showed a lack of respect for me as well.
Where's the consideration? About, like, how you thought I was gonna feel? What you thought that was gonna bring up in me?
Yeah, and what about teaching your daughter about the safety for herself? Because you can't violate people like that and not want to be safe. So God was on both of our sides that day. You know what I'm saying? For real, because that was just too much. That was too much.
That part.
That was too much.
Because there'd be a lot of people disrespecting and then crying about what happens to them after they violated.
Exactly.
The fact that people be like, oh, but I only said this, or I only did this.
No.
I don't have to match
your level.
Your level.
No, you don't know what my level is.
You don't get to choose my level. You're bugging.
And also also not being clear on where everybody's ethical and moral standing is. There's certain things I would just never do to a person. There's certain things I'm not even saying to you, much less bring to your face. So how could you violate me like that?
It's usually the case, though. The person who carries things well, who's not gonna violate themselves because they was violated, the person who has some type of code, is usually the one that people go so far with, because they know that
they like, you calm, you're not
gonna do it. They're betting on you not doing it.
I would never bet on anybody not doing nothing. I would never in my life.
We was raised in a time that, a threat?
Yeah.
You threaten me, it's happening.
It's happening. It happened.
I'm gonna force it to happen.
Exactly.
You bugging. I'm gonna force it to happen. You're bugging.
Yeah. Oh, no,
you're not leaving the space. You're not going in your trunk. You're not doing none of that.
Because you already said it.
What?
Yup.
You got me. You crazy.
Oh,
I done had too many experiences to not believe you when you say you're gonna do something.
Exactly. So that's why I keep myself out of certain situations, because for one, I know better what I do professionally, and it's just like, why put yourself in situations where you could be taken, not say, oh, it's out of character, it's not out of character, because if it's out of character, it won't come out. But it's like, I don't want to put myself in those situations that even gonna make that side of me come out. Who wants to live like that? I don't want to live like that. I grew up like that. Yes. Do I want to live like that? No. So then that's when you got to make other moral choices and decisions. I'm more at peace in a relationship than I ever been in my life.
That's beautiful, and you should be.
Yeah.
That's what relationships supposed to be like. It's like I have peace in my life already.
Yeah.
So I guard it with my life. Whoever I bring into my world has to add to that,
right,
or maintain it.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for you to bring me peace.
Right.
But you absolutely have to help me maintain my peace.
And my peace, I've never had like real peace in a dating or actual relationship. It's always been something crazy.
Yeah.
It's always been retarded, and I'm tired of that.
Yeah, that's why you see where I'm at. That's why I'm there. You see my past relationships. A mess. They taught me so many lessons.
Yeah.
Like my picker was off. And that last one got me all the way together. That last one got me all the way together.
Yeah. Because you was all in.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Which
that's that pretty face shit you be on. That's why. That's that pretty face shit you be on. That's why. That's That's your number one. I mean, it was.
You know what? But you know what? Before, let me be clear. I used to always look for character and looks too. The issue was I didn't know what to look for in character.
Okay, that's
so
great.
I dealt with a lot of people who were able to pretend that they were something they weren't, because when we would discuss things, they were aligned with me.
Right.
Or in hindsight, I noticed maybe they wasn't saying that; they were just going along with what I was saying. Yeah. So I believed that I was getting the character too.
Right.
But I didn't know how to pick. And this is what brings this conversation on.
Yeah, because
right?
I want to say something
the
about
ability to know how to see the signs and understand the severity of them. Because you see the signs a lot of time, but don't necessarily understand the severity.
Exactly.
The severity is
and let me tell you something.
Thing.
That's why, for example, like cheating is a moral decision, right? And decisions we make, like we say, affect everything, affect the world, affect us. It affects you more than you know. You think you're getting away with something, but you know what you're actually missing when you're cheating? The opportunity to really get to know the person that you're with.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And my aunt taught me that. She was like, Ish, when you get with somebody you really like them, spend as much time as you can.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
that's where the issue. But that's where the issue comes for me.
Wow.
Because I do that, right? You even see when I date, I date exclusively. Once I find, like, I'll talk to multiple people. I don't call that dating. I'm getting to know people.
Okay.
And then I find someone that I actually like,
and then you date
and
them.
I date them, and I give them my undivided attention because I believe that's the only way to truly get to experience them.
Right.
And
exactly.
for them to truly get to experience me.
Right.
Splitting myself in half, they kind of getting parts. They're not really getting
You're
the
not
whole
understanding their
situation.
ethics, though. You're not getting it. But that's how you really end up getting that situation. When you got to really know it, it was that time in together for real, where it's like, oh, you get that by snuggling and watching the TV.
Yo.
You get that by, you know what I'm saying, by being away on vacation and seeing how they, whatever, you get to know, you got to get to know your mate. And then so cheating, you're not getting away with it. What's going to happen is your mate is getting away with stuff too. You're so busy.
That's what has me kind of in limbo, right? Because, I haven't dated a woman in New York in many, many years. Like, since like 2009.
Wow. But New York dried up though.
I date outside of the state. So long distance relationships, you don't get an opportunity to really be gauging.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so
that's why I don't like them.
But that's why I said I'm in limbo. Because now I'm at a space where I understand that I don't get a chance to completely see them. Anybody can be a certain way for short periods of time.
They call you after work and lunch breaks.
You know
and
what I mean?
That. Yeah.
However, I don't see me finding anyone in New York.
But you know why you can? Because also, it's not somebody in New York doesn't have to be from New York. My brother and his girl, my brother's in South Carolina, his girl from Virginia. They met each other. They met each other at a party in Harlem.
Nice.
Been together for years, chilling. You know what I'm saying? So it could be, you know what I mean? One of them kind of situations.
Yeah, that could definitely be a thing.
You know?
The next principle that I put down was disloyalty. Disloyalty is the deliberate violation of trust, allegiance, or committed promise to a person.
That's the definition of disloyalty?
Yep.
Damn.
The deliberate violation of trust, allegiance, or committed promise to a person.
Damn. Because you know you're wrong, you still did it.
Some of the things that happen regularly, I don't think people really understand is disloyal. Is gossip / rumors, not defending each other, financial deceit in relationships, switching sides, sabotaging or causing intentional failures. Like, people look at those as violations, but they don't look at them as disloyalty.
Yeah, you making it so big. The way you defined it is like, damn, that is what it is, though. And the different things that I'm thinking about in my head, I looked at it, violations, but it's like, that was actually disloyal, yo. That was actually really disloyal.
And regardless of whether they know the definition, that's something that everyone echoes, being values that they need.
Yep.
Right?
They don't even value it. It's
that's
like
what I'm saying. They think they value it, but they don't. Because they're doing all the things that's against the damn principle.
I believe the people that are really like that, which I know a few, I really like that. And I don't think they think that they're anything other than that.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm saying like outwardly.
Oh no. What comes out
They're
the
the same
mouth
people
is,
who are like, yo, I
never-
need somebody loyal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
I would never do this. And
Because I think
yeah.
when people shit stink, they know they shit stink.
Right. And I also feel like the people that talk too much about a certain thing, you exactly the opposite of that. Like the loudest be the weakest, or I'm loyal. No, you're not. You know what I mean? All of those things.
Well, I talk about principles a lot, but I live everything I
Yeah, but
speak.
no. You don't tell you. We're not gonna just be sitting and eating, and you're gonna be like, "Yo, my principles are strong." One thing about my principles, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that kind of thing, not in conversation where it makes sense.
Principles.
Like we just riding, and now you just talking about your principles. You are lying. You're lying. You're trying to convince everybody everywhere you go because you think we can see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think we can see who you really are, so you got to say, you got to create the character that you want people to see by talking about it. That's how I feel.
I agree with you. My personal example is interesting. So I couldn't think of one, and it just came to me. I was amongst two people that I called friends. We was at the friend's house, but she also had her friends there, which were not my friends. Then I had one of my friends with me. And me and the friend whose house it is got into it. It was a heated argument. I was finding out things that I didn't know prior to the argument.
Okay.
Right? I could never say anything new because anything I believe about you, I'm telling you in real time. So I was making sure I made a point to say that while this argument was happening because I knew that our friendship was over after this.
Right. Okay.
But the person I'm arguing with is trying to bring the room in. So she has herself and a whole bunch of her friends trying to tap them in to the argument. I have one person, and she kind of just was like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. And I was like, interesting, right? Now, when we left, I was like, let me ask you a question. You feel like I was wrong? She was like, nah. I said, why you ain't say nothing? She was like, I didn't want to get involved. That's your friend. I said, you not my friend? You seen her call the room in.
And you wasn't there for me. Nah.
That was crazy.
Nah, you supposed to want to be. Yeah.
I'm just that person.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself doing that.
Like,
nah,
this ain't happening.
Yeah, exactly.
This ain't. Even if I ain't going back, it's
So
like,
what,
nah. We out. This ain't
exactly,
happening.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a disloyalty moment that I experienced. That I was like, oh, interesting.
But your safety wasn't a factor, so you got to make that decision now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I remember. So I had somebody that I was associating with, that was friends with some of my family, and she had I guess she had a little issue, with the family and stuff, and she tried to bring it up, but the way she tried to bring it up, as if like talking about my people, and I was like, nah. I said that's my family. Like, yeah, I understand we cool and all that, but if we're gonna be cool, we're gonna cool. But if you got that kind of issue where you feel like, oh, you're gonna be talking about them in this kind of way, or you got those kind of raw feelings, this is not we can't have this kind of friendship. We can't have that friendship. So that was that.
What, gossip like?
Yeah. But no.
Care.
Okay.
The act of showing empathy, compassion, and concern for the needs and well-being of others. I put that in because I was thinking about the amount of people who call each other friends and then abandon them when they're going through things. I think that's wild. It'd be like, yo, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I got my own stuff going on.
Nah.
And it's like,
yeah.
So this is your close relationship though?
Right. No.
Because there are moments where that is the case.
Right.
But not in your close relationships.
I'm glad you said that, because one thing I always say is that there was like a handful of people that was there for me when I got sick and stuff. I said, but that's cool. I got a big family. Boom, boom. But you know what? The close relationships were there. Can't complain about that. Because the ones that wasn't the close relationships, they're not gonna all of a sudden get close. And do I even want them close?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you really want them faking
Yeah,
in this moment?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Or
that's what
being-
it'll feel like.
Yeah,
It's
or
like,
just being there all the time. Do I really feel like that? Or do I feel too vulnerable in my weakness where it's supposed to be just
that close
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's a thing. That's absolutely a thing. So I wrote down some bullet points. People who don't care about you, they don't care to help, support you through grief or, hard times. They don't offer a safe space in the real sense of safe space. They don't identify with the feelings of your feelings and things. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, like what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? That kind of blatant disregard. And aren't sympathetic to your situations. Like anyone who knows me knows that I'm a tough love person. I like that doesn't mean that I'm not affectionate and loving. It just means that right is right and wrong is wrong. And in moments where the people I love are wrong, I'm going to give you that just as much as I'm going to give you the love on the other side.
Yeah, that's
right.
great.
So,
because I was going to say you're a soft love person, but that's all in it.
yeah,
too. Yeah,
I mean that empathy is necessary in a relationship
Absolutely.
with close people.
And I was in the same relationship with the other violation. I don't know what the hell was going, but you know when you get out, I think I talked about this already. When you come up out of it, you be like, "What the hell was I going through?"
Always.
Yeah, I lost a student. She wasn't my student anymore. It was some time, but the students that really are dear to you, that stand out to you, and that you just always love or whatever like that. This student took her own life, and I was away with this person, right? And I said, and I'm at the table. I just started crying, like I can't believe this. You know what this girl said? What are you crying for? She wasn't thinking about you when she did it.
Oh, shoot.
Now, if I understood some of these principles that we talking about, it would have saved me a lot of time.
That's why we doing it. Because that was crazy.
It would have saved me a lot of time. And there was a period of distant, but it should have stayed that. When you understand what those things really mean. It's so wrong.
In all of the things we just spoke about. Like, are you thinking about, are you being empathetic in this moment?
Right.
Are you thinking about this person's circumstances? Are you being sympathetic in
Right.
this situation?
Right.
You know what I mean? Are you helping or being supportive in this
Are
situation?
you thinking about if it was you?
You
You're
know
an
what I mean?
educator.
Things can be true. Don't mean it's the time for it.
Exactly. Right. It don't mean it's the time for it. And in some things, it's never the time. It would never be the time for you to say that to me. Unless I'm really wild. Unless I'm not going to work
that was crazy.
That was very crazy.
I understand the sentiment.
Yeah, but no.
But what the hell?
No, absolutely no.
But what the hell?
So I'm not supposed to cry?
You're not supposed to feel.
I'm not supposed to feel nothing? Like, she wasn't thinking about me when she did that. Why would she be thinking about me? That was just a dumb thing to say.
That was an ugly thing to say.
It was ugly.
That was ugly.
It was ugly.
That's what I mean, though. Like, stuff like that. Remember in our other discussion, I was like, yo, been single so long because I couldn't believe I chose somebody who would intentionally be that ugly. Like, those be the things that I'd be like, what the hell was I doing?
And you do that for years. Like, what? What? And you go back to the stuff. And those be the things. You think about all the incidents and you think about just the different situations where it's like, oh my God, this happened, that happened. What was I thinking about being there this long? Oh my God. And then we talked about before, you gotta forgive yourself for going against your own moral standing and your own principles and ethics, because there's times that you do that, and when you realize and you catch yourself, you can't go back there anymore.
Yeah, it's how we learn to love ourselves.
Yep, exactly.
It really is.
Yeah.
I would say that's what I learned most. The ending of that chapter was me acknowledging you don't love yourself the way you think you do.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said to myself. I said, oh, you're supposed to be all confident. I was like, you do not love yourself. Where's your self-esteem? Where is it? And then that's what was hardest for me. That I felt like, nah, I do love myself. Yeah, I do have high self-esteem. You just showed, all the examples are there. No, you don't. That was the hardest to swallow.
Yep.
That I thought I was something that I wasn't. That was hard to live with.
And that's often because of the fact that we paint our picture with the same brush all over, so we can have these things together.
Right.
And because we have so much pride in these things that we have together, we have a blind eye to the things we don't have together.
Yeah, but you think that applies to this, right? And it doesn't. It's not transferable. You gotta get it all together.
And that's what I learned through that. And that's why everybody I get to know thinks that I'm hard. I'm like, no, I'm not hard.
Right.
I promise you, that's not what's happening. I don't need to find out. No more.
Nah, I don't need to find out. Yo, my picker started getting quick. I started seeing stuff within a few days.
Serious.
Like up.
Yo, I'm able to identify math from early. Early.
So things came out of it.
Yup.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So what would you like to leave the audience with?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about just what I've learned so far in life. And this, I can't say 45 years. I'm sure I ain't been learning since I got pushed out. But 45 years. But since I've had, you know what I mean, the brain power and functioning to really learn from my mistakes, it's important to really look at not only your ethics and your morals, but those of the folks around you to determine whether or not you are part of the right communities around the right people, just so you can live a morally sound life, a good life, you know, and make the right decisions. And you can only do that if your community also supports it.
Absolutely. You are only as strong as your weakest link.
Period.
And so if we are talking community, we're talking relationships, we're talking togetherness, you got to keep it tight. Not just you, but the people around you. And that's why we're, discussing this, to give tools that allow for you to have a greater picker.
Yes, right. Because sometimes you just got to visit. You don't got to sit around it. You know
what I mean? And we all know people who are not morally sound.
Right.
But that don't mean they're in our close circle.
Right. And you already, and you know if you're not morally sound. So don't feel away when people got to separate themselves and all of that kind of stuff so that they can be a better version of them.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
What culture
is the value.
Make sure to like, subscribe,
share, and comment.
Peace. Oh, and listen, we on those
Oh yeah. Check us out on all audio platforms.
Yeah. Those numbers are going up over there too. We appreciate y'all.